Hey guys, how's it going? So today we're going to be talking about a pretty interesting topic, and that's which weapon is better, the laser musket or the Gauss Rifle. Now most people know the Gauss Rifle is a very powerful single-shot weapon, but what a lot of people don't know is that the laser musket is very powerful in that regard as well. So I thought it would be a cool idea to compare these weapons side by side and find out which one is the top dog. So the way we're going to determine which weapon is more powerful is by figuring out how much damage they can do in one shot. And so basically what we're going to do is we're going to take the base damage of these two weapons and add up all the perks and multipliers that give it a lot of its damage, and basically just compare those numbers and see which one is more powerful. Now I already did all of that with the weapon I'm holding right now, the Instigating Laser Musket, or as I call it, the Instigator 2.0, and I did this all in my 6600 damage sniper rifle video. Now I do recommend you check out that video because it further explains what we're going to be doing in this video. So if you do want to watch it, I'll leave a link on screen right now. But as for the Gauss Rifle, I haven't done any serious calculations on figuring out what the full damage of this weapon could be. So I really don't know what to expect here. This weapon could far surpass the laser musket, or it could fall way short, or it could be a pretty close tie. We just don't really know at this point, so I'm actually pretty excited to get into this. Now since I've already calculated out the Instigating Laser Musket, we're just going to go through that one first. Now we don't have to worry about Rifleman because this damage is added straight onto the damage you can see on the weapon, so we're just going to be focusing on multipliers mainly. The same thing goes for perks like Lone Wanderer, where you can see it increases my damage by 25%. Now the perks that contribute to a lot of the damage of the Instigating Laser Musket are going to be better criticals, ninja, and then of course the instigating perk that comes on the legendary weapon. And for the Gauss Rifle, you're going to have the same thing, better criticals, ninja. You're going to have the instigating perk, we'll assume is on the weapon because that greatly increases the damage. And then also you're going to have Mr. Sandman, which at rank 3 increases sneak attack damage with a suppressed weapon. And if you didn't know, you can actually suppress the Gauss Rifle, so it can take advantage of Mr. Sandman. However, you cannot do this with the laser musket. So even though this actually comes out to be a 0.5 times sneak attack multiplier for the Gauss Rifle, this might actually turn the tide for it. So now to actually get into the numbers side of things, we're going to start calculating the total damage of both of the weapons. So first off, we have the Instigating Laser Musket, and the base damage of this weapon is 92. However, the interesting thing is, you can crank 6 rounds into this weapon, so you essentially have 92 times 6. Then you have the Instigating perk, which multiplies that by 2. And after that, we can then multiply the 3.5 times sneak attack multiplier. And last but not least, we can multiply the 2.5 times critical multiplier on the end of all that. And just like the calculation I did in my other video, it comes out to be 6,624 damage. Now in the other video I linked earlier, the first clip I show in the video is me one-shot killing a Mirelurk Queen with the Instigating Laser Musket, so 6,000 damage is nothing to joke over. Moving on to the Gauss Rifle, we start out with the base damage, which is 480, then we multiply that by 2 for the Instigating Legendary perk. And this is where it gets interesting, since we have a 3.5 times sneak attack multiplier by standard, so if we add the Mr. Sandman bonus to that, we actually end up with a 4.0 times sneak attack multiplier. And last but not least, we have to tack on the critical damage, and for some reason I have to multiply it this way because this is the way that the game calculates it. So if I want to get the number right, this is what I have to do. I basically have to take the base damage times the instigating, which is 960 damage, and then multiply that by 2.5, which is the critical multiplier, and then we just add that back onto all the damage we had before. And after adding up all the damage for the Gauss Rifle, we come out with 6,240. So now that we have the final numbers, it's safe to say some of you are probably shocked. Now I know the Gauss Rifle is a community favorite, so it's pretty hard to see it being beat out by a weapon that's pretty much given to you at level 2. And even more so, the Gauss Rifle had an extra perk over the laser musket, so it had that extra 0.5 times multiplier for the Sandman perk, but that didn't help it quite enough. So now I'm going to show you guys some clips that hopefully solidifies the fact that the laser musket is a little bit more powerful than the Gauss Rifle in-game, and not just when crunching numbers. Starting with the Instigating Laser Musket, we're going to be test firing on the Mirelurk Queen. And as you can see, the Instigating laser musket can actually take down the Mirelurk Queen with a single shot. And next up, we're testing the Gauss Rifle on the Mirelurk Queen once again. And as you can see, the Gauss Rifle comes up just a couple hundred damage short of being able to one-shot the Mirelurk Queen. Although if you charge up another shot, you can pretty easily finish her off anyway. And that's about it for this video, guys, so hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, make sure you leave a like and share, it really helps out the video's performance. And also subscribe if you're new to the channel, and as always, thanks for watching.
Got a doll baby, I love her so. Nothing else like her anywhere you go. A man